Hi, I'm Heather Porter, and welcome to tip number 1 of getting the perfect landing page. Thanks so much for joining me. Now, just a quick word of how this all works. Each video is designed to build upon the one previously before it. However, you'll still get a lot of good information if you just choose to watch one individual video just by itself. So keep that in mind as we go forward, and by the end of these 12 tips, you will have a full picture of how to set up a landing page to attract a lot of new clients to your business. Now let's get stuck into tip number 1, which is getting the foundation right for your landing page.
I'm about to show you the best template you can use for a landing page. We absolutely love OptimizePress. OptimizePress.com is where you get it, and it's rather inexpensive for what you get. You design multiple landing pages, you can design membership sites and all sorts of things. And why it's so great is because it has a whole bunch of cool graphics for buttons and boxes to highlight certain bits of text, and it's really easy to install and use. So highly recommend that, and I'm actually going to show you very quickly how it works and to actually show you it in action. So let's head on over to one of our websites that I have here set up for a sample. Okay, so basically all you need to do if you're developing a landing page is go to Pages. Again, this training is heavily going to be based on WordPress, especially this one, but the fundamentals of what we're going to teach over these 12 tips can be used in any program of your choice for designing web pages. Alright, so we are in WordPress. What you do is you head on over to Pages and you just create a new page. All you need to do is first choose a template. Now, if you're doing a landing page, a basic squeeze style page, which is where you are giving something away for free in exchange for an email address, that is found down here in the templates under squeeze. All these different styles right here. Sales pages are just a little longer. That's more if you want to concentrate on actually selling something on your page. But we're going to stick with the squeeze for these examples. So we'll just stick with squeeze number 1. By the way, up here on the top you can see the gallery templates here, so you can actually choose what they look like, or choose them by how they look. So we've chosen squeeze 1, and then all you need to do is basically name your page. This name won't show up for anybody. And then down in here in this area, really for a squeeze page you're not even going to have to do too much in this area at all. It's mostly done down below in here. So you have squeeze page options here, and as you're scrolling down you'll see you'll have your other sales page. Each template that comes with OptimizePress has its own little section here that you actually work in. So we're just going to close that off to not confuse us, and we're going to stay in squeeze page options. So a couple key points for a perfect template of a landing page. First of all, you must focus on the header, which is here. You'll be setting up a header in the general settings of OptimizePress, and of course we're going to visit how to create your ideal header in a future video. But you must turn on the header in here, activate header options. That's the graphic that sits right up at the top. Next up, you have your headline. You have a few options here. You have a pre-headline and a headline and a sub-headline. So you actually can have 3 different headlines right up at the top of your page. We recommend that you use a pre-headline, which is a smaller font right up at the top. It's sort of a lead-in into the main point that you want to make. So you just tick the box, you basically write it in there, and you can change your fonts and your colors. And your headline, same thing. Tick the box, write your headline, and you can change the fonts and colors in there as well. Again, to get a really great landing page going, you don't have to worry too much about the subheadline or headline below video. That's just optional if you want to. So that's the headline options. So far again we've covered you have to turn on your header and you have to put your headlines in. And the next step is if you're using a video, which we highly recommend, and again remember we'll be providing you with a script on what to say in these videos at the end of these 12 tips. This is where you actually embed your video. So if you click on the plus, activate, you have a whole load of options here. You can, which is the easiest by the way, you can upload a video into YouTube and you can put the embed code here, or the URL if you have an Amazon S3. I mean, it is absolutely endless. It's wherever you host your video, this wonderful template accommodates it. So this is where you put your video code. And lastly, you want to focus on the opt-in. Again, that's the form that sits in the top right of your page where you're actually asking for somebody's details in exchange for a free gift. So basically in here, you're going to go into the various tabs, and the first two tabs are really the only two you need to pay attention to, which is customization and autoresponder code. Now, basically all you do is just tick all these boxes and go down and choose what you want. So it's asking, do you want arrows above the box? Do you want to have a headline? What colors do you want it? And of course, most importantly, in order to collect your email address, you need to stick in your autoresponder code. Now, what is autoresponder code? It is the code that you get from your email program. So that can be Aweber, that can be MailChimp, that can be iContact, that can be Constant Contact. It's all of those. You basically set up a form in your email program, and then that program gives you some code, and this is where you go and stick the code. And what's brilliant about this template, OptimizePress, is that it will actually make your code look really nice. It allows you to select buttons. So down here you can select a button, and that actually comes with this program, and choose whatever look you want. So whereas email programs oftentimes don't have a lot of great looking forms that come with their code, here you just paste the code in and pretty much the system does the rest for you to make it look nice. Now, Infusionsoft as well is another program, and Office Autopilot. Sometimes the forms won't work for whatever reason in your autoresponder code. Sometimes there's issues with Office Autopilot. You would just go in here, and this is where you create your own custom form. And that's oftentimes best done with a web designer or a coder, somebody that you can just hire, through Odesk or Elance or perhaps even Fiverr. So this is, again, where you set up your form. Dual form, I wouldn't worry about that. We won't go into any of the advanced stuff in these series. I just want to give you the fundamentals so you know what to do going forward. Alright, so let's revisit that really quickly. What you need to do to concentrate on this, setting this page up, is basically you name it. Again, this name is just for you, and no one will see it because they'll only see the headlines that you set up. You want to choose your template down here. You can choose any of the squeeze options to see what you're choosing. View the template gallery. If you scroll down on your page, you're making sure that you again are in the squeeze page options and none of the other options below, and you're focusing on 4 areas. Number 1 being the header. You want to turn on that header under there by ticking that box. Number 2 is the headline options. This is where you put your headlines that will be teaching you how to write. Number 3 is the video that we recommend that you put there as well. You activate the video and paste in your video code from your YouTube or other place that you host your video. And number 4 is, of course, the opt-in form, which is down here. That's where you enter your code that you get from your email program. If you want to do additional content on your page, underneath your video or underneath your opt-in form, you write it just in here in the main body, just in the same way that you would use a Word document. And what's great about OptimizePress is that it has this little box here with a whole bunch of great little code and formats that you can use. You don't have to be a coder. You can just be somebody that knows how to use Word and is not techie savvy. So you basically would click on that little box up there, and then it gives you a whole bunch of different options that you can use. So you can have different headline fonts, and if you keep scrolling, you can have boxes, like colored boxes around your content. And you can have little lists where you've probably seen these before, where they have arrows or tick marks next to them, each of the things you want to make a point about. You can have guarantee boxes, money back guarantees, all sorts of things. So best thing to do on this tip is to get your foundation right and get a template like OptimizePress, install it, and start having to play around with it. Now, OptimizePress does have a full tutorial library, making it very, very easy for you to know exactly what to do on each of these points I've discussed, and even other points that I have not discussed. So that's the best place to get started. There's others out there, by the way. There's plenty of landing page templates. There's one called Premise, which is getpremise.com, and a whole load of others. But going forward in this video series, I am going to be using OptimizePress because it is an easy, great tool that we can all use together.